Hello deck scrubbers, welcome to the Sakura Pirates. Today we've got a video showcasing RP Luffy. This one here is a 6k leader. It has a effect, a activate main. If you're at 0 Don or you're at 8 or more Don, you can activate this main and get 1 Don ramped. Now this deck we are centered around the Kaido Linlin, so we're trying to ramp as quickly as possible to try and drop this on our turn 4. The way we are doing this is we are ramping. We have 12 ramp targets. We're trying to ramp with the Zoro Jiro, which is a when attacking ramp 1 active. I'm trying to do it with the Bon Clay on play ramp 1 active. We have 2 other options here. We've got the It's to Die For, which is a trigger. It can trigger this ramp, and it can also play 1 active when you play it. And if the opponent has a 6000 power or more on board, you can get a 2nd on active. The last option we've got here is the Missile Sunday. Not a strong one. Most people that play this deck are only playing the 8 ramp cards. This one is in here because it does offer card draw as well, and we can trigger this to get a body on the field. Now the way this deck plays is when you do get your turn 4 Linlin drop, it sets you up for the next turn to be able to really threaten a big power move here. So what the Linlin does is you neg 10 Don. When doing that, you KO the field, including your own, and you then gain 1 life and trash one of the opponents. So when the opponent has 1 life left and you swing with this one, what you're threatening is I'm going to take away that last life. I'm going to get rid of all of your blockers and give you no turn for next turn. I'm going to put a life up, so if you decide to attack me with your 1 thing left, your leader, you won't get lethal, and then I'm going to swing 12k into face where you've got no blockers, which is often, game ending. So that's what we're going for here, game ending with this big power move. We're not likely to get that on turn 5. But with the right ramp, we've got a few tricks up our sleeve still. So on turn 5, we've got this one armed and ready. What we want to do is we've got a couple options. We've got the Roger as an option. We can play 10 Don to get the Roger out. If we're at 0 life, even better, because then we can swing through a blocker to take down that 2nd last life before we do a swing with Kaido Linlin. That is a really strong play. If they don't have the blockers on board, or they've got 1 blocker on board, another move we could do is this Zoro. This is a new addition with Structure Deck 21. It's a really strong one because what we can do is we can play this out with 4 of our Don. We've got 6 Don remaining. We can throw 3 onto this Zoro. That allows us a 8k swing. We've then got 3 Don left to swing with our leader, doing a 9k swing. We then swing with our Kaido Linlin, and Kaido Linlin KOs everything including our own, which will trigger off our Zoro. So after the board wipe, we'll then be left with a character. So we could play out from our hand this Luffy here, which is a strong target. It's a 6k body. We can still activate our main from the Luffy leader because we'll have 0 Don at this stage, so we can ramp 1 and throw that Don onto this Luffy, giving us a 7k swing. If the Linlin Kaido doesn't finish things off. If you don't think you can get through with this Luffy, that is fine. We have another target. This is our aggressive option. We also have a defensive option here with our target of Baccarat. So what we can do is when we lose the Zoro, we play out the Baccarat, we ramp one Don with our leader, and then we still have a defined departure and a radical beam that we can use to protect our leader here. You will notice in the list I don't have any giants. The reason for that is giant is a really strong card. It negs 2 Don though, which for our leader it's not too bad because we can ramp, but if we go too far below it's really hard to come back from. The real main reason though is if you use this Kaito Linlin effect and neg your 10 Don and ramp 1 back from this, you can't play out the Gum Gum giant next turn because you've only got 1 Don, and the giant requires you to neg 2 Don to use its effect. So it provides no defensive play after using this, so that's why we've gone for the rad beam here. I think, you know, there's still a world where the giant would exist in this list. This is just what I've come up with so far at the start of the op10 meta. I think it's a good option. Love to hear what your thoughts are on this, or what are you playing instead with the op10 version of this Luffy leader. Anyway, we'll get into some gameplay now, and let's see how this one will roll. Alright, we're into Smoker. What a good one. Right, they're working out whether they want to go first or second. Alright, we're going second. We need some ramp. There we go. Got some ramp. Got more than enough ramp. This will probably be our turn 2 play. Nothing for turn 1. Take the first one, have this. We really just need to find our Kaito Linlin now, where we've got the pathway there. It's not bad. 6, 7. We don't want to risk the KO, so let's just get the 1 Don. Will they KO? I feel like they're gonna try and just set up. Let's put him down then. I don't think it's worth it to them to KO. Yeah, are we gonna get the Toshigi? No. Happy to be at 2 life. Hopefully we see this Kaito Linlin. That will make my day. Azaro, that doesn't make my day. They don't have a 6,000, so we can't use this. We might drop a blocker. Yeah, 7, drop a blocker, 8. Yeah, let's just do that. If we can protect Zoro, we'll be at 10 Don next turn if I use the neg effect. I feel like I need to, because I need to find a card over then. And we'll ditch the Robin. Use action. We'll crush this one. And we're left with 1. So on 6, next turn we're on 8. Swing with this and we can be on 9, then 10. We will keep this one. No blocker. Divine Departure. Divine Departure. Oh, one of the leaders. Whoops. Okay. Alright. We made mistakes. Mistakes were made, but we're okay. We're going to swing. He's going to protect everything again. Yeah, Rosinante is really bad into Cardo Linden because it protects the whole board with the 1 swing. Through its effect, if one of your rested characters would be KO'd, you may instead trash this character. Alright, we Luffy effect. We swing. Okay. We drop the Linden. I don't think they have an answer for this if it's not rested. The 9-cost Shanks, if it's rested, will KO anything. I kind of want to see a oh, I'm not sure. Something to remove this, I guess. We take. They're just going in for the kill. Ooh. I think we need to use it and hope that they don't put 3 on here. Whoa, okay, we're good. We are good, gang. No blocker. Alright. In a way, that trigger saved us a little bit here. What can we do? What can we do? We can't swing. We might try and take out. We've got no life either. We could leave these 2 up. Nope, leave those 2 up. If we use the effect, we one, 2. Chopper's not rested, so he's going. So 5. Throw 2 on him. That's 7 done. 3 on this one. I think this is the way to do it. They're in a really strong situation. They should be blocking with the chopper here. They need to leave Rosinante up. They took, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity. We have an opportunity. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Block a step. They're choosing whether or not to protect everything with Rosinante right now. We gain 1 life, we trash 1 life. Now they have to defend. Let's go. We got it. Really interesting game. They could have had it. They could have had it if they swung through, but having all these cards in hand does throw people off. Alright. Okay, just want to do a bit of a post-game review here. There was 3 points I wanted to make. The first one was the obvious mistake of Divine Departure. Great card, great inclusion. It's in there because it's versatile. The counter, however, I misread this. It's new to the deck. Up to one of your leaders gains 3000 power during this battle. I made the obvious mistake of trying to apply this to a character, not a leader, and that didn't work out. It wasn't detrimental to the game though, but just wanted to point out that was a bit of an error. Alright, let's have a look at the next one here. So the next one is the play with Top Knot. I wanted to point out that I feel like this card saved the day here. Triggering this to take out Rosinante, it put them in a very awkward position. So there's 3 John left. If they put that onto the leader here and swung into me, I would have been trying to defend a 8k swing, and I only had 2k counter, which would have brought my leader to 8k, and I would have lost on the spot. Because we were able to trigger the Top Knot here and take out their Rosinante, the threat of Cardo Lemon here being able to swing into them and wipe their board was just too scary for them. So they had a Rosinante in hand. They ended up reserving the 2 Don for it, and then we were applying 1 to the leader. I think if we didn't KO this, they would have been able to put the 3 onto leader and swing at face, winning the game on the spot. And the last one I want to talk through here is my swing order. So this was a bit of a mistake. What I chose to do here was lay out the Luffy. I think this was the correct choice and it won the game, so it was the correct choice. However, what I did do is I ended up swinging 9k into face. I think a better choice here would have been to attach 2 Don, swing 8k at leader, and then swing 9k unblockable with the Luffy. I do think it was correct to do this swing before revealing the Luffy, because I think what they were thinking is possibly a rush is coming out and they've got a chopper to block that rush, so they'll take the first one to see what it is, and then they were going to apply this effect after. Fortunately for me, it was unblockable and I was able to get through the 2 swings to make the Kaido Lin in range with that 1 left. This was a fun deck to play. yeah, I hope I showcased it well. I'd love to hear from all of you. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought about this deck. How would you play it different? I'd love to get chatting with you guys, and yeah, until the next video, have fun.